Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health, believe in we.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you always.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for you.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Football here Friday night. We have Cardington and Northmor set the face off. We're going to keep it right here. We're going to listen to our national anthem. right, so thank you to both the Cardington and Northmor bands for the national anthem. Welcome to the Morrow County Hospital pregame show. Here you're watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report, along with listening here on WBCO. Jared Moore, Tim Birie, and for this used to be an MOAC battle, now it's a KMAC battle. So first game here in conference play.
Yeah, and you know, everybody always wants to get off to a good start in the conference. Most teams, when they set their goals for the season, usually goal one is to win your league. And I think probably both these teams did that. Looking at the way record-wise in the preseason part of their schedule, you know, Northmore's off to a much better start at 3-0. Cardington 1-2, but they did win last week, getting a big win, playing really well, especially in the first half against Crestline. But you know, this is a long-time rival here too of these two Morrow County schools, not very far apart, and so expecting hopefully a very good game tonight.
Yeah, one thing for Cardington, they come out with Caden Beach as their quarterback. He is 17 of 29 on the season, 205 yards, 3 touchdowns. But the thing for him, he can also run the football. He has 243 yards rushing, so that's something to look out here for Northmor.
Well, and it becomes doubly important tonight, maybe that AJ is able to get some yards on the ground, because he'll be playing without his big horse in Max Lauer. Max is going to be out for a few weeks as he's going to get some surgery done on his hand or wrist, I believe, and so they're going to have to maintain some kind of offense without him and stay balanced, and that's a nice thing. Although they don't throw a lot, because of the great running game they get, guys are wide open and they're huge plays. So they're going to have to find a way to continue to be able to get guys wide open on their play action stuff.
And speaking of that, with that Cardington defense, they have a couple of guys back there who can really make some plays defensively. McAvoy and Denny, both of them combining for 46.5 tackles. 8 tackles for a loss. So both of them for Cardington. Can they hold up with that Northmor running game with Lauer out of the game? Well,
and they're certainly going to have to, because I think a key to this thing for both teams could be, turnovers. Northmore's been pretty good all year, especially their secondary. I think they got 5 or 6 interceptions already in just 3 games. So they're going to have to continue their ball hawking. And for Cardington, they're going to have to, maintain the ball and keep the ball. They also, they played their first 2 games without the Plowman twins, who are also 2 good players, 2 senior players for them that I believe they've played quite a bit since their sophomore year. And, I remember coaching against their dad, who was a terrific football player at Cardington. And so, their defense is going to really have to step up, because this is a very good Northmor offense and a very large offensive line. That's the thing that I think is going to be a big key is, when we were watching warm-ups, not only the size advantage that Northmore is going to have, but I think the depth advantage. Mm-hmm. We noticed that when they went team offense, they went against no defense. They were just going 11-on-0, and when they went team defense, it was pursuit drill, where a coach was snapping the ball to one kid or the other, and they were just running sweeps and chasing the ball, so they didn't go against any kind of team stuff. So, again, that can be a key in that, what their preparation was like this week in being able to slow down this Northmor offense.
Speaking of keys, go ahead real quick. You have about 10 seconds. Keys to the game.
Well, I think for both teams it's important to get off to a good start. Cardington wants to continue their momentum they created with their win over Crestline, but for Northmor, I think they got to get off to a good start to make sure that they kind of drain the confidence of Cardington. And they didn't do that last week against Bucyrus. It was nothing at halftime, and in fact, early in the third quarter, they were down 7-0 after Bucyrus returned a fumble for a touchdown. And so both teams need to get off to a quick start, and then, as I said earlier, Northmor needs to turn Cardington over, and Cardington needs to try to find a running game so that they can keep the clock moving and keep the ball away from the Northmor offense.
All right, so just about set for kickoff here. So Cardington set to receive this first half kickoff. Back deep for the Pirates. Austin Vales along with Greg Donaldson. To kick off here for Northmor is Caleb Chenier. Chenier, the junior, kicks off from their own 40, end over end, left to right. And Cardington now with the kickoff. It's Donaldson up the left sideline, trying to bounce it outside. Not a whole lot of room there. The first one to hit him was Hunter Folk and drag him out of bounds. And Cardington will take over just inside the 30-yard line.
Oh, and looked like a nice kick. Got it down about the 8-yard line with a little hang time, but Cardington does a pretty good job of returning it. And okay field position, not great, but not bad either.
Yeah, we talked about that secondary in the pregame show, and with the Northmor Golden Knights, they had 16 interceptions a year ago, and they got 5 different interceptions so far this year within the first 3 games. So really for Cardington, we talk about Caden Beach and if he can get past this Northmor defense and see what they can do.
They're in a wishbone right now, so they didn't show that warming up.
No, and they'll get to the 35 as it is Aiden Plowman on the carry. Plowman with his first carry gets close to about 6 yards, up to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, they just got into the wishbone, and the fullback and the other halfback led the way on an ISO play off tackle and 6 yards. But yeah, it looks like they're going to try to run the football against this Northmor defense.
They're running with the up back this time, and this will be Ashton Plowman plowing ahead for the first down across the 40-yard line.
Plowman picks up the first down.
So a couple of Plowmans with the carry.
6 yards for each of them, and great push by the offensive line of Cardington.
So 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Once again, like you said, that wishbone offense, they didn't show that warming up, maybe a little something different here. And getting the carry this time off the right tackle and pushing their way forward towards midfield and across midfield. And almost looks like Northmor took the ball away, and they're going to say they did.
Oh, after a 9-yard gain and a turnover.
It was Wyatt Denny on the carry, and they just took it away from Denny.
Well, it looked like it was a good thing they did. It was a 9-yard gain, and it looked like Cardington in this wishbone. And it wasn't the true wishbone where we're thinking of option. They just ran off tackle the other way, and a big gain there for Denny, 9 yards, and then he gave the ball. They just ripped the ball out of his arms. Got a young man down on the field.
Yep, so that will give us an opportunity. We'll take a quick timeout here. Just 57 seconds here into the game. Northmor gets the first turnover, basically a fumble recovery. No score here with Northmor getting the football when we come back.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
I'm Garrett G-Man Parlett, and check out my new show, The G-Man Project, exclusively on the OH Report.
Seconds. 5 seconds. Back here at Northmor High School, Jared Moore, Tim Birie on WBCO along with the OH Report. Tonight's high school football broadcast is brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors. Morrow County Hospital, providing great care locally so patients do not have to travel far to receive quality expert health care. First Federal Community Bank, banking locally just got a little easier. Park National Bank, where you mean more. North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. And those are our sponsors. So, Northmor player down, able to get up and, with the help, walk off. But Northmor basically just rips the ball away from Wyatt Denny, the freshman. And those are the kind of mistakes that Cardington really can't afford to have.
Right, well, that's what we talked about. I talked about no turnovers, but I thought it might be an interception we saw, and especially the way that Cardington was warming up, when they warmed up their 11-on-0 warm-up, it was spread and throwing the ball around, and then I think they surprised everybody, including the Northmor coaching staff and Scott Armrose, that they came out in the wishbone and with 2 tight ends, and they were going to run the ball, and they were doing a fine job of it until that turnover. So let's see what Northmor is going to come up with.
It'll be A.J. Bauer, 11 of 18 last week, 207 yards, and they'll first hand it off to Paul Kramer. Kramer into Cardington territory across the 45 and then tripped up just outside the 40-yard line to the 42 is where they're going to mark him down. The ball came loose, but after he was down. But we see is Kramer going to get the majority of those carries with Max Lauer out here tonight.
Well, yeah, and they just ran their outside zone play and got great movement up front. First down for the Knights.
Bauer's back to pass, lobs it along the right side out in the flat, and it's over the head of C.J. Stoney, the senior wide receiver. And that's a long pass from that left hash there for Bauer.
Yeah, and, looking at his motion and things, that's about all he has is right there what he threw. Didn't have a lot of zip on that pass, but well covered by Cardington on the out route and to the far hash mark.
They'll go in the gun once again. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They'll fake the handoff to Kramer. Rolling right is Bauer, looking towards the left. Now continues towards the outside and then lofts it incomplete. Once again intended for Stoney. And he's lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, he kind of ran around, and then he did he committed the cardinal sin of quarterbacking, is that he was running to his right and tried to throw back across his body, and Cardington broke on the ball, broke it up, but like you said, easily could have been intercepted.
So 3rd and 10 from the Cardington 41. Northmor with 2 wide receivers to the right. They'll hand it off. Kramer again hits the gap, hits the hole over the 30-yard line, eludes a defender down the sideline, inside the 15, and finally dragged out of bounds. But getting the first down, Ashton Plowman was the first one to connect on the tackle, really with the contact as well. Plowman, and a nice pickup there for Kramer and a first down. And I think if you're Northmor, I think you continue to run the football.
Yeah, you might want to run that play again, because that was the same play they ran first time for 10 yards, and yes, they came back with it.
They will, and this time Kramer is dragged down from behind, maybe a loss of a half a yard. Defensively, big number 52 in there. That would be Merrick McClure, the junior, getting that tackle for a loss. In the gun once again is Bauer. Bauer is going to run it himself off right tackle. Now cuts it back inside and into the end zone. 11 yards out, just like that. It only took 1 minute and 3 seconds for A.J. Bauer and that Northmor offense to find the end zone.
Yeah, after those 4 running plays, I might scrap the passing game for a while and just really run the ball until you get a decent lead and then come out to work on your passing game a little bit more. But their offensive line just dominated Cardington in those during that series. 5 plays and a touchdown.
Extra point brought to you by FC Bank, your friendly community bank. It is up and it is in. Chenier knocks it in to give Northmor the 7-0 lead. We're going to take a timeout. Northmor on top of Cardington. You are watching on the OH Report along with listening here on WBCO.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronsky here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
10 minutes left to play here, first quarter. Cardington off the fumble recovery takes it about 55 yards in a minute and 3 seconds, really on 3 runs.
Yeah, they looked very good running the football, didn't look very good throwing it. Another deep kick down to the 3 this time. But
Donaldson again taking it up the left hash, eludes a couple tackles up over the 25-yard line to the 27 before he's shoved back. And Cardington once again. Now we'll have another possession here in this first quarter.
Well, Northmore's going to have to show that they can stop this wishbone. I mean, they really didn't. Then they stole the ball from the ball carrier. And but otherwise, Cardington got 2 quick first downs. We're going to have 2 quick first downs, and
really 3 in
a
matter of.
And they're back in it.
Just a minute themselves on
with
that
2
drive.
tight ends. This is old school football. Barry Switzer would be happy.
Beach again this time. He'll hand it off right side off the right tackle. It will be Wyatt Denny again getting the carry. Fresh off of the fumble on the last drive, and he gets the first carry of this drive. Kind of putting that fumble in the rearview mirror up to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, sometimes, it's good. Coach Getzman says, let's give it right back to him. Let's make sure he keeps his confidence up. And, he gains 3 yards, and they're still on schedule to what they want to do is gain 3 or 4 yards each time they run the football and keep getting first downs.
Under center again. Beach is going to take it himself this time, trying to bounce it outside, and he's tripped up behind the line of scrimmage back at the 29-yard line. In there for the tackle was Calvin Becker. Becker, the defensive back, and sophomore getting the tackle.
Yeah, they tried to fake it and run a little quarterback sweep, and Cardington wasn't biting. So a loss of 3, so they're
3rd and 9.
A loss of 2, yeah.
From their own 29.
Now it looks like they might have to throw it. Let's see what kind of play action they throw out of this thing.
Still in the wishbone. They'll toss it this time. Denny along the right side, trying to bounce it outside. Gets close to the 35-yard line, and he's dragged down. Is Denny right at the 35, about 2 yards shy of that first down. So a nice pickup there on 3rd down, but still a couple yards shy. So we'll see what Coach Getzman decides here early in this game.
I think they're going for it. I think they've made up their mind. They're going to try to just run this football and control this. It's the only way they can stay in it. So it's a 3rd and 3, and he probably talked to him about 3 and 4 yards on a carry and just keep moving the chains.
They'll hand it to the up back, tripped up, and I don't think he got it. Maybe tripped up to the 37. He's going to be about a yard shy. Yeah. And coming out of the bottom of the pile, that time was Aiden Plowman on the carry and unable to get that first down. And now Northmor
needed 3 and got 2. Now Northmore's got a real short field.
In business once again at the 37-yard line.
Well, it's funny. That's one of those things where you're, the crowd's all cheering all behind you when you go for it on 4th down. Then you don't make it, and they're like, what in the world is he doing? It's the high and low of being a football coach.
I mean, all things considering, they were only about a half a yard shy of picking up that first down. But Bauer and the gun, they're going to throw, and a flag flies.
They're in motion.
And it will be a legal procedure.
Yeah, the wide receiver on our side, so to be to their right, got an early start. And as the coach, I'm sure Scott Armrose is saying, you got one job to do. Turn your head down there, look at the football, and when it moves, you move. But he was getting off to a little bit of a head start.
So ball placed now on the 42-yard line. 1st and 15 here for Northmor. 7:50 left there in the first quarter. Golden Knights leading 7-0. Now their second offensive possession. Bauer in the gun. They'll hand it to Kramer, this time off the right side. He'll try to bounce it outside, and there's the big fella, Cameron Tribunella, to make that tackle.
Yeah, did a great job. Cardington did there, getting filled and holding him to just 1 yard on that carry. And so they're really behind the sticks here at 2nd and 14.
2nd and 14, 2 wide receivers split to the left, and Bauer's going to fake the run himself, and now he'll toss it out on the screen pass to Hunter Folk, who cuts it upfield on the left side, gets over the 35, the 34-yard line does Hunter Folk. Nice pickup after it looked like it was just going to be a quarterback designed run, and then he splits it out into the flat on the screen pass to Folk.
Well, and it actually threw it backwards, so it becomes a run. And a gain of, what, 6, 7 yards?
So 3rd and 6 from the 34. Trips to the right with Stoney, the wide one, out here along the right side. Bauer's going to roll that way towards the strong side of the field. Floats a pass for a first down. It's caught by Jackson Weiner. The sophomore makes the catch along the right side. And down to the 22-yard line, Northmor a 1st and 10.
Well, good roll out there. Ran a little flood action. And, he found that time A.J. looked really comfortable rolling out there and throwing the ball. And completes 12-yard pass for a first down. And they keep moving the sticks now.
They'll split out the trips wide to the left this time with Kramer to the left of Bauer. He'll take the feed from Bauer. A juke move on the inside, trying to cut it back inside the 10 and tripped up. To the 8-yard line or 9-yard line is Kramer on the run, and I believe he picked up that first down. Or no, it's to the 14, sorry. Close to a first down, so a 2nd and 2.
They did most of their damage the first drive to their left, and now they seem to be running the ball more to the right. But I also noticed they seem to flip some of their linemen, and so now some of those bigger guys seem to be playing on the right side, so they run behind them. And that time Kramer just ran the power off tackle and 9-yard gain.
He's to the left of Bauer. They'll fake it to him. Looking towards the left is Bauer. Rolling out towards the hash and then just throws it away smartly, does Bauer that time. And out of bounds. But Bauer eludes the sack. And it brings up 3rd down and 2.
And he's kind of slow getting up. And there he goes.
Just adjusting the cleats maybe.
A little scramble thing, and then he did the smart thing and just threw it out of bounds, which, as I've told quarterbacks many a time over the years, that sometimes can be the best play you can possibly make.
Bauer's going to go under center this time with Kramer in the backfield to the right. They'll hand it off to the other running back and stuffed right around the line of scrimmage.
But he may be close.
And it will be close, but coming out of the bottom of the pile that time was Caleb Chenier on the carry. He'll pick up 1, and it'll bring up 4th down and 1. So see, do they decide to kick the field goal here? And they will. Chenier, I mean, we've seen it on the kickoff, has quite the leg.
Yeah.
This field goal brought to you by FC Bank, your friendly community bank. But before that, Northmore's going to take a timeout. They're on 4th and 1, looking to extend their lead to 2 possessions.
Wonder if he didn't push as hard so he could try to kick a field goal. Just kidding. But yeah, he seems to have a very good leg. So we'll see if he can put it through. I know he has enough leg to do it. Now, will all the parts of the field goal happen with the snap, the hold, and the kick, and that he gets it in the right direction? But yeah, kind of surprised in a way that they're going for the field goal. I'm sure if Max Lauer was playing, they'd be probably handing it off to him. But you also want to get points. You get all the way down there, you want to get some points. So let's see if the Knights can get it through the uprights.
And they
changed their mind.
Coach Armrose changed his mind. They're going to go for it. 4th and 1 from the 13. Chenier and Kramer in the backfield.
That's the long count.
Bauer under center, feeds it. Kramer gets the first down and tripped up inside the 10 is Chenier. Chenier on the carry, picks up the first down.
Well, that obviously proves my other theory wrong because he got the first down that time.
So they'll line up in the same formation. Bauer under center, 1st and goal. Chenier the carry again off left tackle this time, and tries to elude the defender in Vinny Seavold, but he cannot. And it's 2nd and goal now from the 9.
Well, they're getting in a that time they're going under center and getting into like a almost a wing T look, at least in the backfield with a fullback and a halfback, not split backs. And they've been running the fullback on the belly play. Let's see if they come up with something different this time. Maybe a little boot action. Someone moved.
Yep, false start. Looked like the right side of the line.
Hate to have these types of penalties.
Zalewski, the offensive lineman, the senior.
Yeah, you hate to have these on the goal line. You know, when you're goal to go, these really hurt. So now you almost get into a position where, 2nd and 13, you almost want to. I don't think you have to because you still have 3 downs, but you'll throw the ball maybe when you really didn't want to throw the ball down here.
And it's something where they got to be careful because they do have the kicker Chenier able to kick the field goal. And we'll see if they can continue. Another timeout. Coach Armros, maybe the communication not there so far here on this drive. We're going to take a timeout as well. 3:59 left here in the first quarter. It's Northmor 7, Cardington nothing. You are watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report, along with the Lewis family, McDonald's, Bucyrus, and Gallia Game of the Week on WBCO.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
I'm Garrett G-Man Parlett, and check out my new show, The G-Man Project, exclusively on the OH Report.
Still rolling that way, lobs it across his body, incomplete. A low and behind the receiver throw intended for A.J. Bernard, the tight end, trying to slip through along that side, but
they tried to run that little flood action again with one guy short, one guy a little deeper, about 5 or 6 yards behind him. And Cardington did a great job. They're playing zone down there, but had those 2 zones covered, and he was rolling to his left and, again, threw across his body, took a real chance with someone coming back to the ball. And I don't know if they're going to throw it again. Yeah, they are.
Bauer lobs it, corner throw, and through the hands of the receiver and the defensive back as well. Jackson Weiner, the intended receiver, and out there on the coverage for Cardington as well was
do they have a
Vinny
22?
Seavold.
There we go, yeah. But he just ran two guys straight down the field that time, and they just overthrew it, but they had it well covered again.
So
30-yard
here's the field goal
here.
brought to you by FC Bank, and we're going to have a flag.
I don't know what signal that is. No, he's waving it off.
Okay. This field goal brought to you by FC Bank, your friendly community bank. The hold is good. Chenier's kick is maybe tipped.
Might have been tipped.
At the line, but it is no good. And Cardington's defense holds.
That was a big hold for Cardington. That was very important. I don't think they wanted to get to a point where they were down 10 zip or double figures early, so a very good hold by them. Now let's see if they can get this offense cranked back up again.
Yeah, they've had success running the football. Came up with a turnover on downs on their last possession, just maybe a half a yard shy of that first down. Had a turnover on their first possession, but we'll see if Cardington. Do you think they continue this? I mean, they've had success, but at the same time, Northmor.
Well, we're about to test.
Kind of has an idea of what they're doing.
They got some wide receivers out here, so I think they're out of the wishbone for now. And You know, I don't know. It's 7-0. I don't know if I would get out of it this quick. They had some success with it. But, yeah, they're getting in there, so they're now back in the spread. And
Pirates are started on 20.
Two wide receivers to the right. They'll throw it that way. And cutting upfield to the 27 before he's brought down is Garrison.
Brought down by Birie.
well, they ran a
Denton Garrison a catch last week for 48 yards and a touchdown.
they ran a little knife screen. Some people call it a jailbreak screen, whatever, but a wide receiver screen where you get one wide receiver leading the blocking, the other one coming back, a couple linemen pulling out there, and nice gain on first down.
2nd and 4 from the 27, 3:11 left here opening quarter. Trips to the left this time. They'll feed it. And plowing ahead,
Oh.
Aiden Plowman over the 40-yard line and pulls through the defender to the 44. With a head full of steam was Aiden Plowman. And picks up another Pirates first down to the 44-yard line.
Ran a dive play, and Aiden Plowman had a lot of room. Boy, he was 5 or 6 yards down the field before there was any contact made on him at all.
And Ashton Plowman in the backfield now behind Beach. He'll get the toss left side. Plowman up over the 45 across midfield and into Northmor territory to the 46, close to another first down, and they're going to give it to him.
They're going to give it to him, yes, sir.
So to the 46 goes Cardington and the Plowman brothers.
Ran a little sweep there out of the gun. Pulled one of their guards, got out in front of him, and again, nice 10-yard gain on first down.
They'll go empty backfield this time. 5 wide receivers set. Look out for Beach to run. He'll run it off right tackle. Eludes another defender. Pulls through a defender down inside the 40-yard line to the 35. There is a flag.
Might get a little taunt or something.
Flies
I
in
don't
late.
know.
We'll see who the flag is on, but a lot of talking going back and forth between both teams.
Yeah, it's on.
And it's one on each.
Oh, on each team.
But that Cardington run game so far here in their first 3 drives really proven here against Northmor. I guess it's just against Northmor.
But it's a huge gain. They're deep now.
Connor Stockdale, the guilty victim there.
But Beach just running hard, you know, and all their guys. It seems like each Plowman and Beach now have run over a tackler to gain extra yards.
It'll be Plowman again. This time Aiden tripped up over the 20-yard line. So into the red zone, Cardington for the first time tonight to the 18-yard line.
Well, now the key here is to finish this drive, you know. Their first drive started out similar to this, not quite as far as this already, but, you know, had great movement, getting great offensive line play, and, you know, then they turn it over. So they got to cash in here and get some points.
2nd and 8 from the 18. Beach with Ashton Plowman. He'll feed it to him. Plowman jumps over the offensive line. Close to the 15 is Ashton Plowman that time. A pickup of 2 yards for Ashton. And it brings up 3rd down and 6. With 1:30 to play here, opening quarter. Northmor leading 7-0, but Cardington in position here to come away with some points.
Well, it'll be interesting. We'll see what they come up with here. You know, they've had pretty good success. A couple times getting on the perimeter. They had success with that quarterback draw. And also, he's got a pretty good arm.
They'll feed it to Denny
stuffed.
this time. Denny is stuffed, like Tim mentioned, right at the line of scrimmage. Really would have liked about 3 yards, I'm sure, out of that to get it to 4th and 3, but now it's 4th and 6 from the 16.
Well, now you got to really look for him to throw. Now, the nice thing is they're on the left hash, so they can roll right if they would like to with Caden Beach. He has shown that he's got some wheels and can run the ball, so they can get him out on the perimeter and maybe get into that flood action where you got guys at each level, 3 different guys at each level, and give you plenty of options.
He had a rushing touchdown last week, also 43 yards on the ground. We've seen him running on this drive. He has Denny behind him in the backfield, 4 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. They'll send one in motion towards the right side, and we are going to have a flag on the play.
He's calling motion on somebody. One of the wide receivers, he said, moved.
Really, both teams have kind of put themselves behind the sticks with penalties so far in this game.
Yeah, this is really a bad one because there's a big difference between 6 yards to go and 11. Now you got to throw the ball a little further down the field. It looked like they were motioning to trips, probably going to roll out that way to the 3 receiver side, or your options are to roll out to the 3 receiver side or to drop back, and he had number 23 over here by himself, Kalen Briggs. And if Kalen is their top receiver, I don't know if he is, but I know he's one of guys that have caught some passes this year. Maybe they're going to try to isolate him one-on-one to this side.
Well, we will find that out next. That's the end of the first quarter. 4th and 11 coming up for Cardington. 7-0, Northmor on top. You're watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report, along with listening to the Lewis family McDonald's and besides the Giants Game of the Week on WBCO.
I'm Storm Blunchley. Make sure you tune in Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. for the Friday Night Pigskin. Stats, analysis, coaches' interviews, all wrapped up into one amazing show. Make sure you tune in.
And 11 for Cardington from the 21. Beach rolling towards the right. Back to pass. Being chased, and he is stuffed and sacked. And finally goes down. Caden Beach, and that play was blowing up from the beginning. On 4th and 11, and they gained nothing, and now Northmor gets the turnover on downs.
Yeah, they had a lot of pressure. They put the trips into the boundary, and then they were going to roll out and to the single receiver side and try to, as I said before, they tried to isolate. This time they tried to isolate another sophomore, Denton Garrison, pretty good looking receiver and sized receiver, but he had no chance. It was way too much pressure. He got hit by a lot of different guys before finally going down.
You like that play call there on 4th down? I mean, it took a while to evolve, it seemed.
Yeah, it looked like they were trying to run him down on some longer kind of stop route.
Kramer spins around across the 20-yard line to the 22. A pickup of 1 there for Paul Kramer. Had 9 rushes a week ago for 37 yards. And we talk about Max Lauer, who last week as well had 142 yards rushing, and Kramer has stepped up so far today as well.
Well, it's amazing
as Bauer takes it ahead on the quarterback keeper to the 24.
You look at Cardington's record at 1-2 in their first 2 games, where defensively they weren't very good. Obviously shut out Crestline. The Crestline is Crestline, and they're really struggling. But the biggest difference is you got Aiden Plowman on one outside linebacker, Ashton Plowman as the other outside linebacker. They didn't play the first 2 games, and they both are making a lot of tackles.
They'll set up the screen pass, and Kramer's knocked down. Wyatt Denny there to meet him after he makes the catch. There is a flag on the play. It's holding.
It's a holding on Northmor.
Against Northmor.
I don't know if they're going to take this or not, because
he maybe got back to the original, the line of scrimmage.
But it's 4th down if they decline it.
4th down if they decline it. Yeah, I would decline it if I'm Coach Getzman, and that's what he does. So the punt team comes out for Northmor for the first time tonight. 10 minutes, 50 seconds left here in the first half. A 4th and 7 now for the Golden Knights. They are leading 7-0 But Cardington so far defensively has held up well after that first drive.
Oh, great discipline there. You know, they didn't chase the quarterback on a little middle screen there and hit him for a no gain.
Journey Williamson to return the punt. And the punt goes sideways up over the 45, but Cardington with field position in Northmor territory. And the Pirates will be on the 47-yard line where they'll start this offensive possession trailing by just a touchdown.
Well, they've held up. You know, we said they need to get off to a pretty good start. And even though their offense hasn't been great, their defense has been outstanding, especially getting the last couple holds. Stops here against Northmor, and you know now their offense has just got to finish a drive. That last one, that 5-yard penalty just really hurt them.
So they're going to set up with three wide receivers to the right, one to the left. Beach in the gun. He'll fake the handoff and now go out to the right. He has open space.
Great block.
Turns on the jet
Holy
side.
moly, what a
Peyton
block.
Beach is going to find the end zone. Cardington.
But thank you.
Touchdown.
I'll tell you what, though, he better turn around after his 47-yard run to number 15, Garrison, who pancaked that defensive back and just gave him all the room he needed to go 47 yards for a touchdown.
He's definitely Garrison getting that congratulations along the sideline along with Caden Beach. 47 yards out. Just like that, we're a point away from a tie ball game.
Well, great fake by Beach. You know, a lot of guys were tackling tackling Denny, and you know he hit that first seam untouched, and then
Bales into attempt the PAT. It is up and in his hand. Tie game.
You know, he's getting ready to get hit by that defensive back, and the next thing you know, that defensive back is on his back. And number 15, Garrison, is laying on top of him.
We are tied at 7. 10:31 left here in the first half. Cardington and Northmor. You're watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report, along with listening to the Lewis family McDonald's to be Cyrus Gallion Game of the Week on WBCO.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
I'm Garrett G-Man Parlett, and check out my new show, The G-Man Project, exclusively on the OH Report.
.31 left to play first half. Cardington and Northmor tied at 7 here on WBCO, along with watching on the OH Report. Jared Moore and Tim Birie. And maybe something we didn't expect, a 7-7 tie here late in the first half.
No, I wasn't real sure it'd be like this, and Cardington's got to be very happy with their performance. Coach Getzman got to be happy with their performance so far. And, Coach Armrose said, in early week, in some of the stuff I read, that, he was expecting this to be a tough game, and he was saying all the things that, people will call coach speak and wondering if he really thought that. But, boy, he was right, because this is a dogfight.
From the 38-yard line, Cowan Becker took that kickoff return. So decent field position here for the Golden Knights. But they were in a dogfight last week for the first half against Bucyrus.
Oh, exactly.
And then the depth kind of came into play against the Redmen.
And that still could be, play a part in this one.
So Bauer in the gun. Kramer takes it right side on the handoff, turns it upfield over the 40 to the 42 before he's knocked down by Cody Redman, the sophomore, able to chase him down from behind, but not before he picks up 4 yards to make it 2nd down and 6. And Northmor right back to that line of scrimmage to get that play call from Coach Armros on the sideline.
Well, if they could get the play called quicker, I think they want to go faster again to try to wear Cardington down. But it seems like it's taking a while to get things signaled in.
2nd and 6 from their own 42. Kramer again, the feed off the right side, and he's shoved back close to the first down marker up over the 45 to the 48. And they are going to give him that first down. So Denny to make the stop, but Kramer with a head full of steam there picks up 6 and gets enough for that first down.
Good first down for Northmor. Coach Armrose would probably like nothing more than a nice, long 8-10 play drive, finishing with a touchdown.
In the gun, Bauer again, Kramer wrapped and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Once again, Cameron Tribunella back there to make that tackle. They're going to give him a loss of 1. Back to the 47.
Looked like a little trouble with the snap. It was a little low in the handoff, and so Kramer didn't have a very good head of steam going forward. But those are the plays, and I'll get back to it in a second.
Bauer, quarterback keeper on 2nd and 11. He's stuffed as well. There behind the line of scrimmage, another loss of 1, and that's Colin McAvoy. And we talked about him in the pregame. McAvoy.
Kramer's not having a bad night. He's got 62 yards on 9 carries. He's averaging almost 7 yards a carry, but that last carry point I was trying to make is, he didn't gain any yards, and that's where Lauer may gain 4 or 5 just because of his size.
Bauer in the gun. 3rd down and 11 from their own 46. Kramer to the left of Bauer. They'll feed it to him. Kramer trying to cut it up over midfield now to the 49 before he's tripped up. And it'll bring up 4th and about 7. Plowman on the tackle.
It's like they're going for it.
As that was Ashton Plowman. And do we see the punt team come out? I believe
they are. Yeah, it's a lot different when it's 7-7 than when it's 7-0 as far as what your choices are going to make. But yeah, the one point I was trying to make about, I coached with a guy that once would often tell his running backs, sometimes you got to be your own blocker.
Bring the pressure, but this punt is end over end. It'll take a Northmor bounce inside the 20 almost. Hitting a Cardington player there.
I don't think it would have mattered because
Seavold. I think the Northmor
already hit it earlier.
First, yes.
So it's interesting where they're going to mark it. Right now they're standing where it ended, and they should be walking it up the field a little bit where it got touched, I believe. Oh, no, there they are. They are marking it up there, I believe. Maybe at halftime, too. Remind me, Jared, I would like to talk. I saw an article in the paper this week about officiating, and I'd like to talk about it.
Okay, we can.
In a positive fashion, believe it or not.
Always encourage that, yeah.
Sometimes they, as announcers and things, the only time we talk about the officials is when we're pointing them out that something we disagree with, and I don't think that should be the case all the time.
From the 17, 1st and 10 for Cardington. They'll send a man in motion. Beach going to try it again along that right side. Gets up over the 20 to the 25. Jukes it inside to the 30, and across the 30-yard line is Caden Beach. Once again, proving it with his legs from the quarterback position. And he picks up a first down there for the Cardington Pirates.
Well, they went right back to the play they scored a touchdown on, and it was pretty well blocked again. Gain of 13 and a first down. Cardington with their 5th first down.
Tied at 7:20 to play here. First half, and if you're Cardington, you would like this drive to take up about 6 minutes or so to eat up some clock and keep that ball out of Northmor's
especially because Northmor gets the ball first to start the second half.
Beach in the gun with with Aiden Plowman to his right. He'll feed it to him. No, he'll fake it that way. They'll swing it out left side and space. Across the 35 is Kalen Briggs, the sophomore. Close to a first down to the 39-yard line. Bring up 2nd down and 2.
Well, both passes they've completed have been that jailbreak screen. Great job of Briggs taking it even further inside to get himself a little room so he can get up the field and 2nd and 2 is just where they want to be.
6:25 left in the half. They'll hand it to Ashton Plowman this time, and Ashton maybe picks up a yard off left tackle. And it will be 3rd and 2. Actually, maybe they'll spot it back about a half a yard.
Yeah.
3rd and 3.
Big first down, big 3rd down here. They, for both teams, Cardington really wants to get that first down, keep this drive going, see if they can get some points on the board on that nice long drive you talked about. And on the other hand, Northmor wants to shut this thing down, get the ball back, and see if they can get one in and then get the ball back to start the second half.
Play clock down to 5 seconds. 5:40 left here in the half. Tied at 7. They get set with 1 second. They'll toss it to Denny. Denny, a stiff arm, bounces it outside. He cuts it upfield over midfield and flipped up and over. Making the tackle was Jackson Weiner, but not before Wyatt Denny into Northmor territory to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, just ran a little toss sweep out of the gun, and Denny did a good job of.
You talk about blocking for yourself as a running back, and he did it right there.
Absolutely, broke a couple tackles and just kept on going. Big first down.
So the Pirates, 1st and 10 in Northmor territory from the 47. Beach swings it out wide, and this will be Donaldson along the left side. There's a flag that flies in late. Across the 40 is Donaldson. We'll see what the flag is.
Some kind of roughing there,
A.J. Benarth, did he get in there late? They're going to say it's
well, that's good.
A hold.
Going to call a hold.
Charles Naylor, guilty of the hold for Cardington.
A.J. Bernath was wondering what the heck was going on. He was getting double teamed and held and tackled, and he got up kind of like, what's the deal? And then he finally saw the flag. Tough penalty. You don't want to get these penalties now once you get all this momentum. And
with that being a 10-yard spot value, he was already behind the line of
scrimmage.
Well,
and he already
he already swung the pass
ball.
out.
They threw the ball to the left, and these guys were blocking on the right. So it had nothing to do with the play. It had everything to do with you're going to show how tough you are sometimes, and you'd be better off just setting the screen and getting in the way and getting out of dodge.
1st and 23 now for the Pirates. Beach back to pass, pressure coming. He'll roll out towards the left. Now he's going to use his legs up over the 40-yard line, down the sideline, and upended close to midfield along that left side. He did a nice job of almost getting back to the original line of scrimmage, but Callan Becker there to make the stop.
Kate Beach showing he's got some really good speed there. And he turned it on, outran some guys, and got them at least into a makeable where you're getting it into, now it's 2nd and 14, so you're hoping, again, you can get 6 or 8 more yards here to get it 3rd and makeable.
2nd and 14 from their own 49. They have to get to the 37-yard line of Northmor for a first down.
So far, every pass has been a screen of one sort or the other. Now they're just going to run a sweep.
They'll toss it out to Aiden Plowman, and Aiden Plowman cut down right around the line of scrimmage. And there's a late flag that flies in from the backfield.
Things are starting to get a little chippy here, and I think the refs are trying to make sure they keep full control over this big rival game. And
Benarth on the tackle, but we'll see what the flag is. I think it's going to be a 15-yarder and a first down for the Pirates. You talk about these mistakes. That has got to drive Coach Armoros crazy. Northmore's really put themselves behind the sticks a couple of different times with a couple of penalties.
Well, and this one pretty much happened after the play was over. The whistle had blown. And, so 2 guys are getting into it a little bit. And, I don't know what happened. I'm sure the Northmor player is probably saying that I was, you always catch the second guy. But you know what? You're right. They always do catch a second guy, so don't beat a second guy.
Yeah. Just got to be smart.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 now from the Northmor 36. They bring a blitz off the edge, and Beach runs it straight up the middle on the draw over the 30-yard line before he's dragged down to the 29. So the blitz came from the outside. Beach takes it straight up the middle. And he'll pick up 6 or 7 yards.
Well, that's when you know you're hot right now, the play caller for Cardington. And I don't know if their offensive coordinator does it or Coach Getzman does it, but you called the perfect call. You run a draw when you got guys coming off the edge.
3:05 left here in the opening half. 2nd and 3. Beach fakes the handoff, swings it out towards the left, and complete, and turning it upfield close to the 25 is Williamson. Journey Williamson will pick up the first down for the Pirates. They'll mark him down at the 26-yard line, but Cardington with another first down, and this drive continues to melt the clock down to 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Yeah, that's 8 first downs. So, now the big thing is you want to cash in on this. You're getting down to a point where you should cash in, and I believe they got 2 of their timeouts left. They may have called 1. And I'm not 100%
Cardington has
sure
all 3.
Cardington has all 3
with 1.
Okay, so 3 timeouts left. So
now they have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, they took a while to get that play in.
We'll take one as well. 2:25 left here in the first half. We are tied at 7, but Cardington a 1st and 10 from the Northmor 26. When we come back, you're on the OH Report and WBCO.
I'm Storm Blunchley. Make sure you tune in Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. for the Friday Night Pigskin. Stats, analysis, coaches' interviews, all wrapped up into one amazing show. Make sure you tune in.
The OH Report along with WBCO. And Cardington facing a 1st and 10 from the Northmor 26. What do you have? I mean, you've been running the ball well, both on the interior and exterior on this drive. What do you see coming up here for Cardington?
I think you just stick with what you're doing. They've been getting on the perimeter with their screen game and with, being able to run the ball. And Caden Beach has been running the ball well, so you just stick with that stuff. You got 2 timeouts and multiple ways of stopping the clock.
Beach, a low snap, but he handles it. He'll run it off around the right side. Beach inside the 20, cuts it back inside the 15, close to the 10. Caden Beach, another Cardington Pirate first down, and into the red zone go the Pirates.
What a great drive this has been. Caden Beach, a lot of it's Caden Beach throwing it and running it, but, give the rest of those guys in white a lot of credit because he's getting great blocks. Once again, his wide receivers doing a great job on the perimeter with the Northmor guys.
1st and 10 from the 11. 2:03 left here in the opening half, tied at 7. Cardington and Northmor, first conference game here in the Knox-Morrow Conference. Beach will be in the shotgun, and a false start.
Gee.
How many flags is that on the day so far, Tim?
Well, that's ones that they have actually marched off, 4 for each team. But, they've had a couple where they've been declined as well. So, they're all legit calls. It's not like the refs are missing anything.
Yeah. 1st and 15 now from the 16. Beach in the gun. Plowman is a lead blocker, going towards the left side this time. Northmor contains the edge. He cuts it back inside, up inside the 10-yard line, or right around the 10, is Caden Beach, a pickup of 6 yards.
Yeah, that was one where they just didn't have enough blockers out there. And, Beach juked a guy and then ran a guy over. But, I didn't realize he was such an effective runner.
2nd and 9, a minute and 10 seconds left here in the half. Cardington can get a first down without scoring, but they'll have it around the 1-yard line. Beach in the gun, Denny behind him in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Denny will be the lead blocker for Beach. Going outside, inside the 10, dives towards the 5, and shoved out of bounds to make the tackle was Ashton Clark. C.J. Stoney in there as well. 3rd and 6 now with under 40 seconds to play in the half. And Cardington does take the timeout. So they've run the same play 2 times in a row, 1 time to the right, 1 time to the left. They have the strong side to the right, but
yeah, that time they ran to the strong side. The time before that, when they went left, it was to the weak side, and they were short a blocker. But Beach did a great job of avoiding the guy and breaking the tackle to at least get a 3-yard gain, a 6-yard gain rather. This time he gains 3. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, they're not pulling any punches right now. It's just Beach is going to run sweeps one way and then another. It kind of reminds me of, when I was playing like Pee Wee football, and we had a guy that was really fast, and so it would just be sweep one side, sweep the other way, and but he's doing a great job. They're doing a great job of blocking it, and now let's see if the Northmor Knights can, boulder back on a 3rd and 6. Obviously, I don't know if Cardington would try to kick a field goal or not.
You're within
with their extra point
territory.
It didn't look like he was a strong kicker, but
he had
like
enough.
You said, it's almost enough. It's just like an extra point almost here.
They'll go back to the wishbone. Beach.
Oh, he
and
fumbled
the snap. Gets to the 5. I think Beach fell right back on top of it. And the clock ticking under 20 seconds now. Game tied at 7.
He may let it tick down and then kick a field goal.
I mean, it's going to be the last play regardless, right? You got a 4th down, so you might as well let the clock tick down. On a 4th.
They're going to go for it.
And 4 from the 5.
They're going underneath again.
They go underneath.
He fumbled
and
it again.
That's going to take us to the end of the half. They botched the snap once again. Back-to-back plays, and on 4th down, Cardington cannot convert.
That one I don't really understand, to be quite honest.
They did not call the timeout. But Cardington goes into the half. They've had a couple of red zone opportunities that they have come away with 0 points. So we'll see if that affects them later on.
Sure will. I don't know. First time you go under center after not being under center since the 2nd series, and you don't get the snap. Then you go back under center again when you got a timeout left in your pocket. I don't know if he's trying to catch the defense napping or what, but they weren't. They were all lined up, so you might as well can't take those timeouts with you. So you might as well call timeout and make sure you run really what you want to run.
All right, so that's going to take us to halftime. Tied at 7, a very competitive first half between Cardington and Northmor. You can stay tuned to the OH report and watch the halftime show and the bands. And we will keep it here on WBCO and tune into the Ohio News Network halftime show. We'll come back and recap the first half as well. Then we'll give some stats. Look forward to the second half. You are watching live and free exclusively on the OH Report, along with listening to the Lewis family. McDonald's will be Cyrus and Gallion. Game of the week. Cardington and Northmor tied at 7 here on WBCO.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
song to achieve the coveted top spot, making her only the third female rapper to ever achieve with a solo song. We hope you enjoy our rendition of Truth Hurts. Our final selection is the oldest on our list tonight and is technically credited to Pitbull featuring Kesha, although it's clear to anyone who's ever heard it that it's really Kesha who derives this song. The song stayed on the top of the Billboard Hot 100 for 3 consecutive weeks and also topped the charts in over 15 additional countries. We close our show tonight with Timber. Thank you very much, and go Pirates! Arr!
about an animal from the large cat family. This is Eye of the Tiger. Our flag line of Zoe, Daveda, Alyssa, Kelsey, Morgan, Emily, Willow, and Caitlin. Scary Animal song number 2 tonight is from a 1993 Steven Spielberg film with music by the legendary movie score composer John Williams. Located on a tropical island full of cloned animals about cold-blooded animals and is prehistorically scary, this was Jurassic Park. One more Scary Animal song to present for you tonight. Scary Animal song number 3 tonight was inspired by a movie at the beach with surfers of aquatic animals lurking under the surface of the water with big, flesh-eating teeth. A song that was originally a campfire song for little kids, and in January of 2022 became the first YouTube video to reach 10 million views. Let's hear what it is from the Golden Knight Marching Band.
Yes.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to the Morrow County Hospital halftime show. I'm Travis Berardi with the OH Report, along with the fine folks with the WBCO crew. We'll get back to them in just a moment, but just wanted to get a chance here to thank our sponsors real quick. First Federal Community Bank, Morrow County Hospital, and Park National Bank. Morrow County Hospital providing great care locally so patients do not have to travel far to receive quality expert health care. First Federal Community Bank, banking locally just got a little easier. Park National Bank, where you mean more, and North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. So let's get it back over to our friends at WBCO as they're about to take a look at the halftime stats brought to you by Morrow County Hospital. Here they are.
Only getting 16 carries. They threw it 7 times, only completed 2 for 12 yards. Had that big fumble early in the game when they were moving the ball. And we had 4 penalties as well for 40 yards. So they need to clean those things up. The biggest thing is they just got to finish drives. They start moving the ball pretty well and then just bog down, whether it's penalties or taking a loss or whatever it is. They just got to get consistent with what they're doing. And, you know, for Cardi, they just got to keep doing what they're doing.
Welcome back in here to the OH Report now. Joining us here at the Morrow County Hospital halftime show. Almost set for second half kickoff here. Tied at 7, Cardington and Northmor. And you just went over the stats over on WBCO. But, I mean, we talk about those penalties. I mean, those are penalties where they could be cleaned up, though. I mean, these aren't any sort of, you know, self-inflicted mistakes. These are something that they can clean up on both sides.
Well, we had one hold on Northmor that was, you know, I mean, or a couple holds on Northmor, just one. And, you know, that happens. But in Northmor's case, they had they had 2 motion penalties at key times when they were inside the red zone, and then Northmor had one as well, when they were inside the red zone, and then, had 2 personal fouls that I'm sure didn't make Coach Armbrose happy, but to be honest, neither one of them ended up hurting them. Well, one did. I take it back. One did. They did have one on there on Northmore's touchdown drive. But, they just got to clean those things up, and they'll be fine.
All right, so with that, we're going to take a quick timeout. And when we come back, we'll have second half action as well as more of a recap there from the first half. Tied at 7 here on the OH Report in WBCO.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work.
It's not worth trying.
What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures.
It's not worth trying.
It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you always.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
On the OH Report and WBCO, Jared Moore, Tim Birie here at halftime. Cardington and Northmor tied at 7. Some other scores to pass along. Mohawk leading Buckeye Central 22-6. Colonel Crawford on top of Bucyrus. They're still in the first half, 49-12 with 4:11 to go. That was about 4 minutes ago, so maybe a couple minutes left there in that half, but they're still in that first half. Galleon leading Harding 14-7. Carey on top of Winford at halftime, 27-0. And River Valley and Clearfork tied at 21.
Everyone thought that'd be one of the big games in the area, and especially in MOAC, a couple very good offensive teams. So it's playing out just as most people thought.
So tied at 7 here, and you wanted to talk about the refs a little bit.
These guys are doing a really good job tonight, and most of the time, as I said earlier, the only time they get noticed is when they blow a call, and we talk about it, or the refs are going crazy, or the coaches are going crazy, or fans. But I'll tell you what, we got a real problem in the officiating across the country, and not that they're bad, good, or indifferent. We just don't have enough. And so I would hope all those people that are out here, maybe listening to us, if there's some young people that, you can now get online and take most of the classes online to become officials and take a test and get your training online and practice and do some things. We need people to ref. I mean, we have games across Ohio, varsity games being moved because we don't have enough refs. We have junior high games that aren't getting played because we don't have enough refs. Freshman teams, JV teams, and it's every sport.
Yeah, and it really affects the kids, obviously.
Yeah, and it's just affecting the kids. Schools are paying officials much better than they used to because of this shortage. And so, especially you young people that have played and love sports, it's a great way to enhance your income. And,
vacation
for
money.
Young people, get some vacation money or a little money to go out on Friday and Saturday night and have your favorite beverage or whatever it might be. But, we got to get people out reffing and doing it and getting people that love it, because, we got guys that have been doing it for a long, long time, and they continue to do it because they love it, but I'm sure they'd also like to not do 5 and 6 games a week, and that's what they're doing. So let's get the word out that we need to get people involved in officiating.
Tied at 7. A.J. Bauer, an 11-yard touchdown run just 2 minutes into the game for Northmor. Caden Beach tied it at 7 with a 47-yard touchdown run in the second quarter. So a low kick fielded at the 25 And taken up to the 42 is C.J. Stoney. A nice return there for the Golden Knights.
Well, a really nice catch. You know, it was a low kick and kind of a squib thing that they wanted to, you know, keep low to the ground and not get it back to that deep guy. And he made a great catch on first hop. And now Northmor with really good field position.
Talk about their struggles without Max Lauer. See if they can come up with another game plan here after halftime, and the full moon in effect.
Oh my!
Here at Northmor.
Maybe that's why the funny things happen at the end of the half.
The moon wasn't out quite yet.
Okay.
But it's out now. Northmor offense on the field. They'll hand it to Chenier. Chenier gets his first big carry of the game and across midfield to the 46-yard line of Cardington, and a nice gain there on first down. Bring up second down and 2.
Well, and that's what Northmor would like to continue to get into. They just ran a little power off tackle with Chenier and got up, planted his foot, got upfield, and rumbled for 8 yards and brings up a 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2, 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 in the backfield along with Bauer. They'll hand it again. This time it's Kramer. Kramer stuffed in the backfield. Maybe a loss of a half a yard there for Paul Kramer.
Ridley comes up, makes a great play from his linebacker spot, and kind of a slow developing play. It was really, and I think they got to get to things much quicker against this Cardington defense.
3rd and 2. Chenier off the right side. He's hit right around the line. Can he push forward? No, that Cardington defensive line pushes him back. Forward progress leaves it for no gain, but it will be 4th and 2.
Another one of those big calls. Last time Coach Armrose ended up punting. This one looks like he might be going for it.
Looked like Chenier might get the edge that time, but that Cardington defensive line really held up firm. Now it's 4th and 2 from the 46. Bauer in the gun. They'll hand it Chenier. Chenier is not going to get it. He is plowed back. There is a flag on the play that came from the back judge. So we'll see what the call. I didn't see a face mask or anything of the sorts.
He's calling it. He's pointing towards Cardington.
And what's the call? As he threw the flag late.
I don't know what he's calling.
Did he say face mask? He did.
Wow.
I guess I didn't see it, but watch the replay yourself on the OH report.
So 5-yard face mask, so it was just one of those where he rubbed up against it. He didn't grab it or grasp it, but huge first down for Northmor.
We're talking about Cardington getting a penalty in the second quarter to extend their drive on a personal foul. This time, Northmor extends their drive on the face mask. 1st and 10 from the Cardington 43. Chenier off the right side. Takes it along the right sideline outside. Now cuts it back inside over the 30-yard line. First down for the Golden Knights. And that face mask penalty might be just what the doctor ordered for Northmor, getting them in business now.
Well, it seems like Northmor's having a little more success when they go wide than when they're running inside. They don't seem to be getting much of a push from their center and 2 guards, but their tackles seem to be able to get them to the edge.
Bauer feeds Chenier again. Chenier inside the 25, and finally tripped up. Dennison the tackle. Denton Garrison, or Williamson, Journey Williamson to tackle in there for Cardington. 9 minutes, 30 seconds to play here in the third quarter. 2nd and 5 for Northmor. Cardington and Northmor tied at 7. But Northmor knocking on the door. They'll feed Kramer off right tackle. Kramer tries to cut it back in, and he is stuffed right at the 25. And I'll bring up 3rd down and 6. And like you mentioned, that inside run not really working out for Northmor on this drive.
No, they're much more success on the perimeter, so look for them to maybe try to do that here whether it's with the pass or the run.
Game clock under 9 minutes, third quarter. Play clock at 14 seconds.
Certainly they are in 4-down territory now.
3rd and 6. Chenier takes the handoff, off right tackle, gets it outside, inside the 20, picks up the first down. Up the right hash, inside the 15, and they'll mark him down at the 14-yard line. Journey Williamson on the tackle, but not before Caleb Chenier picks up that first down.
Yeah, once again, Chenier stretched it a little bit wider than they've been running on 1st and 2nd down, and able to gain 10 yards and a first down.
First down into the red zone goes Northmor. Chenier again, bouncing along the right side, and is dragged down around the 10-yard line is Caleb Chenier. A pickup of maybe 4 yards to the 10.
Well, after only carrying the ball like four times in the first half, Chenier's already carried it 5 times on this drive.
Carried it 4 times a week ago for 15 yards. Chenier again, inside the 10, close to the 5.
Still 3rd down. Need about 2 there.
He gained 5 to bring up 3rd and 1 from the 6. 3rd and 2 from the 6. So a critical 3rd down here for that Pirates defense. Bauer in the gun with Chenier behind him, and
long count, got a guy off sides.
Yep, he called it. Another penalty on this drive for that Cardington defense.
Yeah, Diller Minham, who's a senior, and he just wasn't watching the ball, and happens a lot. You get a long count, and usually trying to get someone to jump.
1st and goal from the 3. Bauer to Chenier. Chenier trying to fight his way towards the goal line. He's going to be a yard and a half shy of the end zone. They'll say to the 2. So now 2nd and goal, and we'll have an injured player for Northmor on the field.
He got a cramp or an ankle, it looks like. He's grabbing his leg.
Well, let's go ahead and take a quick timeout. We're tied at 7 with 7 minutes to play third quarter, but Northmor facing a 2nd and goal from the 2. You're watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report, along with listening to the Lewis Family McDonald's will be Cyrus and Galleon Game of the Week on WBCO.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronski here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
Back here on WBCO along with the OH Report, Jared Moore, Tim Birie. Cardington and Northmor tied at 7 with 7 minutes to play third quarter. 2nd and goal from the 1 for the Golden Knights. Bauer in the gun. Kramer takes the handoff, cuts it back in and into the end zone. Northmor back on top. Paul Kramer from 1 yard out.
Another guy down.
Yeah, Chenier did the work on that drive, but Kramer gets the touchdown for Northmor.
Well, great drive, great answer after probably a disappointing first half for the Golden Knights. And they answer with taking a kick, but aided again by that face mask penalty. Otherwise, Cardington would have had the ball going the other direction.
So another injury on the field.
I think this is definitely a cramp.
Yes. Tonight's high school football broadcast is brought to you live and free on the OH Report thanks to our generous sponsors, Morrow County Hospital, providing great care locally so patients do not have to travel far to receive quality expert health care. First Federal Community Bank, banking locally just got a little easier. Park National Bank, where you mean more, and North Central State College, providing individuals with the knowledge, skills, and inspiration to succeed in their chosen paths. Tonight after the game, Tim and I will choose our McDonald's player of the game, courtesy of the Lewis family of McDonald's of Bucyrus and Galleon. And do not forget to call in after your game tonight to the Friday night phone board with Davy Jones, 419-562-2222, or toll free at 1-888-843-0024. Davy will be looking for all the scores from around the area for tonight's game. So in to attempt the extra point, brought to you by FC Bank, your friendly community bank, is Caleb Chenier. 13-7, Northmor on top after the 1-yard touchdown run by Paul Kramer. And the extra point is up, and it is good. Northmor back on top, 14-7, 6:51 left in the third quarter. You're watching high school football live and free exclusively on the OH Report, along with listening to the Lewis family at McDonald's of Bucyrus and Galleon Game of the Week on WBCO.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work.
It's not worth trying.
What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures.
It's not worth trying.
It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you always.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Lead. Chenier to kick it off from the 40-yard line. He's the one who did all the work on that drive.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, it was a great drive. You know, about 55 yards and almost 60 yards, I guess, in 10 plays, all runs.
And the kick is fumbled for a second by Aiden Plowman. He'll take it up the middle of the field to the 27 before he's tackled.
Well, that was a real gamble, him trying to pick it up. A lot of guys would have just fell on it after he mishandled it. But
picks up about maybe 5-10 more yards.
Fielded it like a shortstop and got that 10 yards.
Speaking of baseball,
how your beloved Indians doing tonight?
They're in a delay, but the Cleveland Guardians continue to be in the playoff hunt as they. I know. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I don't care. As they play in Minnesota this weekend for a series against the Twins. Pre-game time tomorrow night at 6:35. That game will be after Ohio State's post-game on your home for Guardians baseball, Iconic Rock Q.
The Twins don't have a roof on that stadium?
No.
Unbelievable.
They need to.
Unbelievable.
This one, maybe a gain of 1 for Plowman. No, we were at the game on Sunday, and they had a 4-hour rain delay, so that was exciting.
Did you see any game at all?
3 innings.
Okay.
And we almost stayed for the whole rain delay, but the kids started to.
I was going to say, but yeah.
Yeah, they started to get antsy.
Did they have school the next day? Because didn't the game get
over
really
well,
late?
the next day was Labor Day, so we were
Oh,
good.
okay. All right. Yeah.
I would not have been out that late. But we left Cleveland around 7. But
okay.
And the Guardians with a 1.5 lead over the Twins and the White Sox.
Well, let's see if Cardington goes back to the quarterback sweep game. That was the offense on that last drive.
Beach swing pass behind the line of scrimmage, but cutting it up and not really gaining a whole lot is Journey Williamson.
And that was actually a run. So he threw it backwards.
So 3rd and 9. That Cardington offense has stalled on this possession. Their first possession of the second half with 5:35 to play in the third quarter. Northmor with a 14-7 lead and looking to get the ball back here on a 3rd and 10.
Well, it's a tough decision, you know. I mean, that drive right before halftime that got it all the way down there and score on was all quarterback sweeps. But you don't want to get your quarterback killed.
He's back to pass, steps up in the pocket, eludes the pressure for a second, but he will not elude the rest of that pressure.
Oh, someone lost the helmet.
Charles Naylor in there to blow up the play, as it was Caden Beach who lost his helmet. And a big play there for Northmor on 3rd down. And
lost a couple yards on the play. And
this will actually be the first time that Cardington has punted tonight.
Yeah, it is. And they went for it a couple times, especially that one early in the game when they went for it. Luckily, it didn't hurt them. They blocked the field goal, or field goal was missed somehow. So let's see what kind of snapper they got and if they can execute this punt. And now they're going to have to call timeout to avoid the penalty. That's weird, the little disorganization on their punt team. And this is the 4th game of the season. You'd think they'd have some of that worked out by now, but in a tight game, you don't like using those timeouts to get your specialty team lined up correctly.
So 14-7 is our score. 4:27 left here in the third quarter. A 4th and 12 for the Cardington Pirates. Like I mentioned, first time punting tonight. They take the timeout, but those could come into play later on in the game. Trailing by just 7.
Well, no doubt about it. You want to save those things.
And they're going to botch the snap, and the ball's loose on the ground, and it's recovered.
I don't know. Who's got it? It might be a touchdown.
It'll be right at the 1.
I mean, it got down about the 2-yard line, and everybody was tipping that thing around. It's like a rugby scrum. Now Cardington's got a guy down, and the ball looks like it's at about the 1-yard line.
So the snap was past the punter, and it goes down to the 1-yard line, and that's where Northmor is going to have possession. We do have an injury.
And again, it's another cramp. And you know, that's a bad sign for them. Remember we talked about Cardington, you know, not much depth. And so now the kids are cramping up, and you know, that's not a good sign.
So 4:26 left here in the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break. 14-7. Northmor on top. We'll be right back. Third quarter tie, or excuse me, 14-7, Northmor on top, but they're 1 yard out after that bad snap on the punt.
This is kind of a short drive.
Bauer to Chenier, who Chenier's grabbed by the legs and taken down. I believe on the tackle it was Colin McAvoy.
Yeah, he shot that gap and tackling for a 1 yard loss. Again, I think they got to run wide. That's where they seem to have gotten most of their success so far this half. There we go.
2nd and 2, they'll toss it to Chenier. Chenier into the end zone from 2 yards out. And Northmor extends the lead, and now Chenier gets the gift. After the work on his previous drive, now he finds the end zone.
Yeah, a little reward there, and they tossed it to him on the sweep, and once he gets full head of steam and plants that foot and gets up the field, he's a pretty good-sized kid, and he's able to run some guys over and get it in the end zone.
Now he'll come in and kick the extra point, brought to you by FC Bank, your friendly community bank. And it's up. And, man, what a powerful
He almost
leg.
kicked that thing over the fence.
21-7 as Chenier knocks in the extra point. Northmor extends their lead. 3:50 left to play here in the third quarter. You are watching live and free exclusively on the OH Report, along with listening to the Lewis family McDonald's and Bucyrus and Gallion Game of the Week on WBCO.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
I'm Garrett G-Man Parlett, and check out my new show, The G-Man Project, exclusively on the OH Report.
.350 left to play here, third quarter. Northmor extends their lead now, 21-7. The botch snap really set that up for that 2-yard touchdown run by Caleb Chenier. Now he'll kick it off. And a wobbly punt, bobbled for a second again by Aiden Plowman, who takes it right up the middle of the field. And Northmor really gaining the momentum now. He'll take it up to the 22, but that defense of Northmor really held firm on that last drive by Cardington. And Cardington really couldn't get the run game going. They couldn't get the pass game going. And just out of sorts there offensively on that first drive.
Absolutely. This is going to be a big drive right here. They need to, at the very least, get a few first downs and get a little turn the field position a little bit.
We talked about that depth last week against Bucyrus. Northmor just wore down the Redmen from Bucyrus, and now they're doing the same thing to the Cardington Pirates.
Well, you look at those 4 down linemen right now, and those 2 tackles are really good-sized kids, and the defensive ends aren't bad-sized kids. Their offensive line's got good size, so they can wear on you as the game goes on.
21-7, Northmor leading Cardington. Beach takes the keeper along the right side, across the 20 to the 25, finds a seam up over the 30-yard line. A nice pickup. Really looked like it was going nowhere, as Northmor had the edge, but Beach eludes the defender and picks up a Cardington first down.
Well, he was able to, outrun the defensive end Naylor, got around him, then he broke a kind of a high hand tackle, and again, great block by his wide receiver out here, 43, Austin Vales, who seems to really enjoy blocking on the perimeter.
They'll run it off the dive play this time to the 39. It was a Plowman in there, and it was Ashton that time.
Yeah, always good to get 5 on first down. Just a little dive play and good push, so they're 2nd and 5, and it's nice to be able to gain some yards with someone else other than Beach.
2nd and 5 from the 38 as Wyatt Denny comes into the huddle. .240 left to play, third quarter. Northmor 21, Cardington 7. Beach in the gun. Journey Williamson goes in motion. Denny takes the handoff up over the 40-yard line before he plows forward to the 44. And I believe he'll have enough for another Pirates first down.
Denny picks up the first down for the Pirates.
very weird, you know, you know, that first drive, Cardington got no push at all out of their offensive line. Now they're getting a nice push out of their offensive line. Just got to get a little more consistency there.
So 1st and 10 now from their own 44 for Cardington. Beach tosses it left side. Aiden Plowman finds a seam. Aiden Plowman, one man to beat down the sideline, and he's taken out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. Jackson Winger to save the touchdown, but not before Plowman picks up a huge gain.
Yeah, Plowman showing great speed right there, and you know that he got a full head of steam on that toss sweep, got out to the perimeter. Boy, and once he planted his foot and headed up the field, he didn't get touched till he got down to the 20-yard line. And a 38-yard gain and another first down for Cardington.
Clock under 2 minutes to play, 3rd quarter. Beach tosses it again. Ashton Plowman along the right side gets a block inside the 10, fumbles the football, it's loose, and Northmor picks it up. Northmor gets another turnover. And just as the momentum was trying to tilt its way back on the Pirates ship, it goes back to the Golden Knights.
Turnovers. Again, you know, we talked about it at the beginning of the game, but, you know, as I also said, we thought it would be their secondary intercepting passes, but Cardington's just not throwing it much. So instead, their secondary is recovering fumbles. Second fumble of the game for Cardington. And
huge turnover.
You know, well, first one led to a touchdown. This one prevented a touchdown because they had a great drive going that time.
21-7, Northmor on top, 1:47 to play, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights from their own 4-yard line. They'll hand it to Kramer, who is knocked down. The ball might have came out. Did it come out?
Cardinals saying they got it. Their guy's standing up with the ball.
The officials converge. They're going to talk about it. And they're going to say he was down. And looking at the replay, I mean, it's close, but
you know, the difference is these high school guys, they don't get to go to the replay and look at it.
Yeah, his butt might have been down, so we'll agree with the officials. They converge and make the correct call, as you would say, right? Give the officials a hand. But nonetheless, a great play for Cardington. 2nd and 12 now for Northmor from their own 3-yard line. Clock under a minute to play, and the play clock at 0. And the flag flies in, delay of game.
It'd be a 1-yard penalty because they don't have anywhere to go backwards.
So the penalty gives them half the distance, which would be a yard.
You know, that is, I think, a big thing for high school officials until they get deep into the playoffs and stuff. You know, they don't go to the TV and look at replays. And those college guys, any close call, they just make a call, and then, you know, on fumbles and stuff like that. Then say, well, we're going to replay it anyway, so who cares?
2nd and 13 from their own 1.
They need to get some movement here so they'll get a safety.
Bauer in the gun. Feeds it to Kramer. He'll find a little bit of a seam, but he's stuffed right around the 2-yard line as Kramer. He'll pick up a yard, but he found just a little bit of an opening there in that interior offensive line.
It looked like a pretty good seam, but the pursuit of Cardington caught up to him and kept it to just being a 1-yard gain.
3rd and 11, under 30 seconds to play now, 3rd quarter. Northmor leading by 2 touchdowns, but the ball in the shadow of their own goalpost.
They at least gain some yards so their punter's got some room.
Bauer, quarterback draw. Now he throws it out wide and caught around the 10-yard line. Not enough for a first down, but it looked like they were going to go with the draw there, but they throw it out wide to Hunter Folk. And that will take us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Northmor, it'll have a 4th and 2 from their own 10-yard line. Coming up, Northmor with a couple of touchdowns in the third quarter, both the 1-yard and 2-yard variety running. Kramer and Chenier get Northmor back on top, 21-7. You're watching high school football exclusively live and free on the OH Report, along with listening to the McDonald's of Bucyrus and Gallion Game of the Week, a WBCO.
I'm Storm Blunchley. Make sure you tune in Friday nights at 11:30 p.m. for the Friday Night Pigskin. Stats, analysis, coaches' interviews, all wrapped up into one amazing show. Make sure you tune in.
(21-7), Northmor on top of 4th and 2. Start of the fourth quarter, they're going to punt it away from their own end zone. And nice, a pretty darn good punt. And it will take a good Cardington bounce back to the 40-yard line. Cardington's going to have possession on Northmor's side of the field. And I believe we're going to have another cramp.
He grabbed it was
Jackson
Wayner. Right away.
Yeah, he went right to the turf. You could see that it was a cramp.
But yeah, good punt. You know, Northmor, that third down play was huge. That's only second pass, really third pass they completed one for no gain. But that's, you know, he rolls out, look like he's going to run, and then he reads it, and if that corner comes in to help, he throws a quick screen out there, a little bubble screen, and that 9 yards was really important, gave him plenty of room to punt it. And even though he didn't get a very good roll, but it's still, Cardington's going to have 41 yards to go.
Yeah, they had it inside the 10 and then fumble it for their third turnover of the game. But, I mean, they had the momentum on their side. The defense, though, comes up big on that drive. Doesn't allow any points. Northmor takes a little bit of time off the clock, I guess. But other than that, that Cardington defense really played well on that drive.
Yeah, oh, yeah, very nice drive. And the Cardington had going, but then their defense really responded by keeping Northmor in the hole down there, and would have been very easy for them to drop their heads the way the game was starting to go all of a sudden and have a letdown. But, you know, they're still in this game now, just 41 yards from being a score down.
Still on the field, that'll give us a chance. This game brought to you in part on WBCO by Todd Nye at Nye Builders Auto, Jim Sprain and Tom Brown at Sprain Capital Management, Rod Stager at Pizza Hut, the Lewis family at McDonald's, the Frank House family at My Forest Kitchen and Bath, Jeff Skinner at Integrity Auto and Truck Sales, Ron Hurst at Hurst Body Shop, John Gobrick at Pisanello's Pizza, and Dr. Thomas M. Britton at Clubview Vision Center. 21-7 our score. Northmor leading Cardington, but Cardington with a 1st and 10 now on Northmor's 41-yard line. And what do you look for on this drive, Tim?
Well, a little bit of the same things we saw, you know, is that I think they're going to probably try to stay on the perimeter. You know, and they kind of took turns with all kinds of guys running the perimeter. Beach Rand had a big game like he did on that end of the half drive. Plowman had a big 38-yard one, and then the other Plowman did, but unfortunately dropped the ball.
Beach is going to take it this himself right side with a convoy of blockers. Eludes defenders down the sideline and slips out of a few tackles. And Caden Beach down the sideline into the end zone.
Unbelievable. I think everyone stopped, thought he was down, including me.
41 yards out. Caden Beach, his second rushing touchdown of the night.
We're back to having a ball game here.
So 21-13. Cardington right back in it. 11:37 to play here in the game, and the extra point pending, brought to you by FC Bank, your friendly community bank. And we'll see, maybe they set up 20 seconds on the play clock, so they better hurry whatever they're going to do. Looks like they might go for 2.
But yeah, that play, they ran a quarterback sweep that they had so much success with early, but it looked like it's going to be a 3 or 4 yard gain at best. Then all of a sudden he come out of the pile and down the sideline he goes, and everybody kind of stopped and looked at the pile.
So Cardington takes the timeout.
It's their second
It's
one
Coach
already.
Getzman, yeah. The second one, and we mentioned earlier, those might come into play later on. We'll keep you right here, and Tim, it looks like I think they're going to go for 2. So you've seen Beach get the lead blockers out in front, take it into the end zone, and then also, what do they do here? Maybe they try to run that same play?
I would run the same thing, maybe, though, with a run-pass option. You know, maybe have the receivers run a route this time. And, you know, just let him get out on the perimeter and read it. If they leave one of those guys uncovered, and they very well may, because he's had so much success running that sweep, all you got to do is pop it over the top of those guys, and you get the 2 points.
So 21-13 is the score currently. 11:37 left in the game. Northmor leading, but Cardington looking for a possible 2-point conversion. Now the play clock ticks with 22 seconds. For the 2-point conversion. The lineup in the wishbone. Who gets the ball here? Beach under center, feeds it to the up back. They'll push forward, and they're going to say no.
Nothing, no. Looked like he had pretty good push going there, but he must have
fallen just
his
shy.
knee must have went down right before he leaned into the end zone.
So no good on the 2-point conversion. That keeps it at an 8-point Northmor advantage. 21-13, Northmor on top. You are watching exclusively live and free on the OH Report, along with listening to the Lewis Family McDonald's of Bucyrus and Gallion Game of the Week here on WBCO.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health, believe in we.
I'm Garrett G-Man Parlett, and check out my new show, The G-Man Project, exclusively on the OH Report.
Five. 21-13 is our score. Northmor on top of Cardington, but Cardington, Caden Beach, a 41-yard touchdown run to put Cardington right back into this game. Short kickoff, fielded at the 21-yard line, taken down the left side. Cowan Becker on the return. And Northmor will have possession at the 36.
Well, we'll see if Northmor gives back to, what they do is, on their first drive, they Schnorrer and Kramer alternated, but, Caleb did most of the work. And, then obviously their second drive was only a 1-yard drive. So, there wasn't much work to do on that one, so let's see what they come up with this time. They got to go 65 yards, 64 yards for pay dirt.
11:31 left in the game. 1st and 10 from their own 36. Bauer hands it to Chenier off the left side. Chenier is stuffed. Maybe a pickup of 2 there for Caleb Chenier. And Plowman in there on the tackle for the Pirates. 2nd down and 8 now for the Golden Knights. And we'll see. I mean, they're taking up some time here. We'll see how long they can take on this possession with 11 minutes now on the clock. Kind of their goal, I would assume, is to take up a lot of clock and end with at least 3 points. Kramer this time, staying patient along that line, but he's spun down at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a gain of 1. Plowman again on the tackle.
You know, both teams, when all is said and done, is really keeping this thing pretty simple, you know, with their run games, and you know, they're not really fooling anybody with, you know, a lot of counter stuff or misdirection things.
3rd and 7 here for the Golden Knights from their own 39-yard line. And a critical 3rd down here in the 4th quarter. Bauer in the gun. He'll hand it off. Chenier finds a little opening and picks up the 1st down to the 49. Caleb Chenier cut it back inside, and a Golden Knights 1st down.
Yeah, Chenier made a great cut on that one. You're supposed to go a little wide right. Started wide right and then really cut back to the middle of the field and got that 1st down. Important 1st down for Northmor.
10 minutes to go in the game. Northmor leading 21-13. 1st and 10 now at midfield. Reminder tonight, the final pigskin on the OH Report, 11:30 with the OH Report crew. Kramer takes it off left tackle, and he's tripped up over midfield. Gets into Cardington territory to the 48-yard line. A pickup of 2 there.
Well, he has found the sledding really rough. You know, he's carried the ball 17 times for 71 yards, but he had 42 of them the first 2 times he carried the ball.
2nd and 8.
So he's gained 29 yards on his next 15 carries.
Bauer in the gun, back to pass, throws it out in the flat. It's Hunter Folk, makes the catch, turns it upfield, fumbles the football, and Cardington's going to come up with it. And the Pirates are back in business. Their 1st turnover of the game. And it comes with 8:54 left. Cardington down a possession.
Well, they threw that little swing pass again out there to Falk and the bubble screen, and looked like he's going to gain 4 or 5 yards, but then the ball got ripped out of his arms. Good strip by the DBs of Cardington.
So 1st and 10 now for the Pirates from their own 37-yard line. Beach hands it off and stuffed his Denny right in the backfield for a loss of 2 is Wyatt Denny. Didn't get that push up front, and that defensive line of Northmor got in there quickly.
Sometimes coaches can be a little stubborn, and you know, I'm not really sure why Cardington just doesn't run the ball wide every down.
I mean, it makes sense.
I don't care who's
and it was
running
working for Northmor previously,
I don't care who's
too.
running it, but I would run sweep after sweep after sweep with somebody. I mean, they got 3 backs that they run with and 4 counting their quarterback, who's their leading rusher by far.
2nd and 11. Beach back to pass. Throws it across the middle. It's picked off.
You got a lot of room.
Chenier down the sideline, across the 30, inside the 25, and finally dragged down at the 20. And a critical mistake for Cardington. They had just gotten the ball back on a fumble recovery. Now they give it right back. Caleb Chenier right in the middle, just lurking and watching the eyes of Caden Beach. And Beach just didn't get enough air on it as his receiver was open over the middle, but just not enough loft on that football.
Yeah, you got to be able to put some touch on those ones you throw down the hash marks. And you're right, his receiver was running free, and Chenier just read it, came up and got underneath it, and nice return. And they're in business again. Another short field, 20 yards to pay dirt.
And they'll feed it to Chenier off the interception, gets the first carry of the drive, and he cuts it back inside to the 16-yard line. Just scored a pass along in the fourth quarter. Clear Fork on top of River Valley 31-28.
Yeah, everyone thought it'd be a shootout, and it looks like it is.
Yeah, it's definitely a ball game. And we definitely have a ball game here.
Oh, yeah, sure do.
And we do have the split screen there, so you can watch both on the OH report. So definitely exciting there.
Oh,
Chenier is stopped.
Chenier is blasted.
Back at the 17. Now it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Golden Knights.
Great penetration by that Cardington defensive line. And it's number 50. McAvoy, he almost took the ball from the quarterback.
In the gun, Bauer. With Chenier to his left.
They are really milking this clock.
And Kramer to his right with 6:40 to play. 3rd and 7. They'll throw it out wide to Folk. Folk makes a juke move back inside and tries to dive forward close to a first down. He might be about 3 yards shy. They'll give him 4 on the play to make it 4th and 3. Ball on the 12.
Well, Falk made a good move after he caught it, after dropping that last one.
Ashton Plowman was there in position, but he just makes a juke move inside. Now we'll see if they go with the hard count here.
And once again, they're definitely in field goal position.
6 minutes to play, 4th and 2. Play clock down to 5 seconds. Bauer in the gun, and Coach Armros takes the timeout. We'll take one as well. 5:52 left to play. Northmor facing a 4th and 2. They lead it by 8. You're watching on the OH Report along with listening on WBCO.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health, believe in we.
What's up, America? Brian Skoronski here, and if you want to see me and the gang chop it up with some unintelligent conversation, we've got the show for you. Check out the OH Report video podcast every Monday, exclusively right here on the OH Report.
We are back here at Northmor High School, where they just took a 2-possession lead with 2 minutes, 34 seconds to play. Caleb Chenier, his second touchdown of the night, to give Northmor that 27-13 lead here on top of Cardington. And he'll kick it off.
This means Cardington's going to have to start throwing the ball, and they haven't done it very well all night.
Aiden Plowman finds a seam up over the 25 and dragged down to the 30-yard line is Aiden Plowman. And like you mentioned, they're going to have to throw the football now, and they haven't done that very well here in the second half. They were 3 of 3 in the first half on the swing passes, but here in the second half, they haven't thrown the ball at all.
He's thrown a pick, and the other one he threw for -6 yards. So they've only thrown it twice.
Have an injury timeout here for a second. That'll give us a chance. This game brought to you in part here on WBCO by Kim Stamper at Lulu's Kitchen, Tabitha Smith at Waycraft Industries, Ryan Concert at Pete's Cafe in New Washington, Mike Kleinite at Ag Credit Residential Lending, Alexa Kamenik at Arc Realty, Steve Reinhardt and Donovan Scott at the Scott Reinhardt Seed Company, Ted Coder at Monarch Body Shop, Virgil Jennings at McGuire Wholesale, Liberty Steel, Blythe Friedley and Todd McDougall at Friedley Insurance, and Brad Murdoff with First Federal Community Bank.
You might want to take a timeout.
He's
not getting up.
We will take a timeout. 27-13 our score, 2:25 left in the game. We'll pause here on the OH Report and WBCO.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you always.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Got a great one here at the Colt Corral.
Got a dandy.
Fourth quarter, 7:10 to play. Clear Fork 37, River Valley 35 in a shootout. Victor Skoog's going to run it left side. All kinds of River Valley players there. They'll ride him out of bounds into the sideline. Terrific defensive play by River Valley. One of the guys that shoved him out of bounds was Blake Mosier, the defensive end. He ran him down the line of scrimmage. Actually, the first guy to get through there was Zeke Klensman, the linebacker.
Yes.
He was first.
Zeke Klensman was playing the outside force there. He actually got beat a little bit, but because he made him spill it so far out wide, it allowed the corner
on
to
top
come
of
off
Cardington and what could be their final drive as they find the end zone and then onside kick it. So they're going to have to air it out.
Yeah.
Beach back to pass, steps up, heaves it deep into pressure, and it's tipped down and incomplete. Hunter Folk. Luckily that wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, he just dropped back and threw a go route. And he's got a nice arm. He showed he's got a little juice in his arm, but well defended. And now we got another guy down with cramp.
But able to walk off, so that's good to see. I mean, it's not terribly hot out there, but Cardington obviously has a lot of players going both ways. So,
and I think that's what's happening is the guys have been going both ways. You're going to need to cramp up a little bit.
And you can see on our split screen there, Clear Fork leading River Valley 37-35, but Clear Fork set the punt with about 6 minutes to go. So, exciting game there.
River Valley offense, but a good punt. So 95 yards for that offense to go.
Luckily they didn't jump, but Beach rolls out of the pocket. He's going to run it himself across the 40-yard
bounds.
line and then upended.
Get out of bounds.
To the 43. Now he wants to bowl over those defenders.
But you need to save the seconds.
Clock stops momentarily until they get it set, but they're not in any sort of hurry.
Yeah, they're not going right to the line of scrimmage, so they're huddling up.
2 minutes and counting now on the clock. 17 seconds on the play clock. Cardington taking their time getting up to the line of scrimmage. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Beach in the gun. Looking and finds Denny, and Denny lets it slip through his hands. I think that was a good idea anyway, because Charles Naylor was coming up and read that play wonderfully.
Yeah, it was going to be a loss, and the clock was going to continue to run. So they're much better off right now with a stopped clock and 2nd and 10.
Now 1:43 on that 2nd and 10.
But they haven't changed a thing from the way they do business. They're still running guys in, and now they look over the sideline to see if that's truly the play they want. And they've been in the huddle for over 10 seconds now. 15 seconds, actually. So
1:43 to go. Beach. Back to pass.
He's
got a guy open, and it's incomplete. And it was Kalen Briggs running free across the seam.
Well, he did a little half roll, and Briggs was on the backside, and he was wide open. And he just threw it a little bit too far down the middle, or they'd have had a quick touchdown, and with 1:37 to go, they would have been onside kicking to see what's next. Uh-oh. Did he just throw an interception in the Clear Fork game?
Yeah, they did.
Kind of rough watching both games. Clear Fork down on the 2-yard line, trying to ice their game.
But in our game, 1:37 left here on a 3rd and 10 from their own 43 here for Cardington. Back to pass, pressure coming, and stepping up. Beach gets through the initial pressure but can't elude the rest. Stepping up was Naylor to make that tackle along with Vance Johnson.
Use their last time out.
The 1-yard line.
Cardington does, and this might be the ball game here on 4th and 10, and they haven't been able to throw the ball at all.
Definitely is it. I mean, if they don't get it,
as long as
Northmore's going to be in the formation that every coach loves to get in, is the victory formation. And they're going to take a knee and
back into their back
3 times, and this thing will be over.
In the 1-yard line, Victor Scoog's going to keep it left side. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Clear Fork Colts. Scoog
they got a good guy to try to do it. Improvise, you can run around a little bit like you did that time.
Mighty good.
Is
that lead
got
right
it back
now
to
is
the
out
line
to
of scrimmage,
8 at
but
43-35 with a PAT.
you got a quarterback running around out there.
Sometimes
the defensive back
selling out for this extra point, Aaron.
Start paying attention to him instead of the guys running around behind him. Get a long one.
Possession game. You just got to go down and score.
See if Beach, they're almost playing a little bit of a prevent defense, so see if he maybe uses his legs here as well. 4th and 10, this is the ball game from their own 43-yard line. Back to pass, Beach looks, throws it across the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Ashton Plowman, and that's going to do it.
That could have been a completion. I mean, easily.
He threw it right in the hands of Ashton Plowman. You can't complain about the throw that time. And now, like Tim mentioned, I think victory formation is coming up. A 1:13. Now Clear Fork took a lead to 44-35, extending their lead now in that game. And Northmor does take the knee, and they'll have to take at least one more to run the clock out. Next week for these two teams, Northmor will face Danville, and that won't be easy for the Golden Knights. And for Cardington, they are set to face off against East Knox, who lost to Centerburg tonight. And we saw East Knox a week ago, and that may not be an easy task for the Pirates. Final knee is taken by Bauer, and that's going to do it. Your final score tonight, Northmor 27, Cardington 13. Northmor improves to 4-0 on the season, 1-0 in the KMAC. Cardington falls to 1-3 and 0-1 in conference play. We'll come back here on WBCO along with the OH report. Final score tonight, 27-13, Northmor over Cardington. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health, believe in we.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work.
It's not worth trying.
What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures.
It's not worth trying.
It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you all.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
neither team could really get the passing game going. The running game got going for a little bit for both teams. There was some turnovers on both sides, but in the end, Northmor comes out with a victory, kind of like we expected, but not the way we expected.
Yeah, I thought maybe they'd throw it a little bit more, but they kept it on the ground, kept it close to the vest. Their defense gave them short fields on more than one occasion, and they took advantage of that. And so they may have lost the statistical battle, but they won the game. And that's what it's all about. And just a great win, to give them confidence to win a game without their best player, who's going to not be with them for several more weeks. So, a great win for the Knights. And, you start out 1-0 in the league, and you can't win the league without, winning that first one. So the good win for the Golden Knights, and hopefully they can keep that momentum going for the Pirates. I think they got to, if I was Coach Getzman, I'd be kind of happy the way they played. They did some really good things, and, it's just a couple of those turnovers really hurt them, and got themselves into a spot where they had to go for it late in the game, and, and gave Northmor the short field to put the game on ice.
They found a couple of options in Chenier and Kramer in this game to kind of get by, I guess you could say, without a Max Lauer. Can you really get by without him through the thick of their schedule now as they head into the rest of KMAC play? Next week they face a tough Danville team.
Yeah, Danville is, just got their one loss this year, and they lost to a really good Division V North Union team. But they came back tonight, and it looks like at one point they were leading Fredericktown in the fourth quarter, 28-7. So it looks like they're going to come back and get back on the right track. I'm sure they were one of the favorites in the league this year, and so yeah, that's going to be a tough one when they play the Blue Devils, and it's going to be it'll be interesting to watch because it'll be an incredibly physical game like tonight's was, and but again, you gain some confidence with some of the things, but they're going to just have to be able to throw the ball better. I mean, almost all their passes were screen passes of one sort or another. They ended up 5 for 10, but they only threw for 29 yards. And so they're going to have to be able to do a better job there if they're going to beat Danville. But they did run the ball a little bit better in the second half. They ended up running it for the game 40 times for 161 yards. They did have 2 turnovers on the 2 fumbles and 6 penalties for 46 yards. Caleb, and how do you say his name? Chenier. Caleb Chenier led him in rushing with 73 yards on 20 carries. And then Paul Kramer carried the ball 17 times for 71 yards. So very close there. I thought they might have their quarterback, Bauer, run the ball a little bit more. It seems like he's run it pretty successfully this year. But he only
had the 11-yard touchdown run early on in the game.
But he only ran the ball one more time after that for -1. I think that might have been on a sack. And so they're going to have to run it up. But Cardington, like I said, they first downed him 12-10. They outrushed him 35 carries for 255 yards. They were led by their quarterback, Beach, who ran the ball 18 times for 143 yards. Beach threw the ball 10 times, completed 6, but again for only 26 yards, and wasn't able to complete any of those passes down the stretch. They did turn the ball over 3 times. That really hurt them, and they're going to have to clean that up if they're going to get back on the winning side of this thing. And in a tough Knox-Morrow County Athletic Conference, or whatever they call this thing,
the
KMAC.
Knox-Morrow Athletic Conference. Yeah.
I live in Knox County, but it seems like the league changes names every 3 years lately. So, but it's a good league with some really good teams. Northmor being one of them, and so we'll see what happens.
You look forward, Cardington and East Knox. We saw East Knox last week. What do you look from Cardington there in that game?
Well, East Knox is a very young team, and they're struggling right now. They got beat up last week by Colonel Crawford, and it seems like Centerburg suddenly has found their way again after a tough non-league couple losses, and so they're playing much better now, and they really put one on East Knox tonight, so it'll be interesting to see if Coach Getzman can show them all the positives of tonight's game and keep them positive, and on the other hand, can East Knox get those young kids believing in themselves and believing in their coaching staff and get playing better?
All right. So with that, we're going to wrap things up here on WBCO. You can switch over to the OH Report, or stay tuned, I should say, to the OH Report for the player interview and coach interview over there on the OH Report. Tune in to their Friday night pigskin show at 11:30. You can tune in to Davy Jones after our game and after the game on WQEL tonight, 419-562-2222 or 1-888-843-0024. A lot happening on those, both the OH Report and WQEL and WBCO. So thanks to Travis Berardi and Desmond Lawrence for all their work on the OH Report, getting us up on Facebook and YouTube and able to watch some good games over there all season long with us in WQEL as well.
All right, we're going to break away from them. Thank you very much to the crew of Tim Birie and Jared Moore from WBCO as we await our MVP Northmor without Max Lauer, pulling off the 27-13 victory. Just about ready. We'll talk to our MVP tonight as well as head coach Scott Armrose here in a moment. We're going to take a break, be back with the MVP and much more live and free on the OH Report.
Ohio Health is the official sports medicine provider of Northmor High School. Available 24/7 to care for your athletes with same-day appointment options. We keep your athletes healthy and in the game. Ohio Health is proud to partner with Northmor High School to provide a healthier community. We are healthcare experts close to home, serving teams, parents, and all of Morrow County. Ohio Health. Believe in we.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work.
It's not worth trying.
What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures.
It's not worth trying.
It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas.
Everything I do it for you.
Mom, love you always.
No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
time now for tonight's Park National Bank Player of the Game, and it is one Caleb Chenier. You know him from the basketball court. You know him as a kicker, but also a fullback and linebacker tonight. 20 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns, a big interception in the fourth quarter, and you kicked 3 for 3 through the uprights. First of all, buddy, congratulations. Okay, so we found out about the news about Max Lauer. You're going to be missing him for a couple of weeks. You guys needed to get that, that extra piece in the run game, and a couple of you really, Kramer and yourself, really picked them up. Just what was the game plan coming in to, fill the holes that were left with Max being out?
Well, with Max being arguably the best running back in Ohio, we knew that we had to step our game up, and we've just been waiting for this opportunity all season. So, I mean, we were just ready to just hammer it down their throats.
They gave you a fight in that first half, scored to tie it at 7, and then, you guys go up 2 scores on a couple big defensive stops, yet they come right back at you. Just what were you able to do just to hold them off, because they were literally punching you right in the face after you'd score?
Yeah, well, I'd have to give that to the coaching staff. They did it all when it came down to it. We were just doing our parts in the game, and with Bodie being off and on and me filling in for him, Bodie did an excellent job tonight, and we couldn't ask for more from him.
Take me through the interception. It looked like you read that perfectly. It looked like it was going to be a deep throw up the middle, about a post pattern, and you were just able to read it right off the hands. What were you seeing in that play?
Well, just not reading the backfield, but as soon as he dropped back, getting into my pass drop and just reading his eyes and coming up in front of that.
All right, lastly, what can a win like this do for you guys? Rallying around each other when you lose one of your better players. Just what can a win like this do for you moving forward when you got a good Danville squad coming in next week?
I think it just builds our character as a team, honestly. I think we'll be all right. We're tough, and we understand the game.
Well, tough guys get OH Report MVP magnets, so there you go.
Thank you.
If you want to hold that up, look into the camera, give anybody a shout-out you'd like, go for it, my friend.
I'd like to shout out the team.
All right, there you have it. Tonight's Park National Bank MVP, Caleb Chenier, 20 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns, an interception on defense, and he kicked 3 extra points through the uprights. Thank you, my friend. And if you want to hand it off now to head coach Scott Armros of the victorious Golden Knights. Let him get set up. Hi, Coach.
Well,
how
hello.
you doing, sir?
It's good to be here with KMAC Trav.
It's good to be here with you. I talked to you before the game today. I said, it's a beautiful day for football. You said, absolutely beautiful day for a win. You guys got it out. That was a battle back and forth between you two. I mean, you can even look at Caleb's face. It was a battle in the trenches, and you guys were able to make a couple more plays. Just, I guess, how proud are you of this complete effort by your squad?
Yeah, that's what I told the guys after the game. I couldn't be more proud, and I was, standing there, and I was going to mention guys that stepped up big. The list is too long. You can't replace a guy like Max with one player. It takes several players, and to learn that we're not going to have him on a Thursday is not an easy thing for our kids to do to get ready. The good news is we get those guys reps, we work with them, and I told him, and guys like Caleb Chenier that want to be on the field, want to be contributing, want to be playing, or playing behind guys like Max Lauer. It's not easy to find the field, and they get a little frustrated. And you tell those kids, keep at it, keep working, you get your opportunity, show what you can do, and that's exactly what Caleb did. And I couldn't be more proud of Caleb Chenier and his effort tonight.
You guys are known for your turnovers. You had 25, 26 turnovers caused last season. You graduate half of your defense, and already you have, I think, 9 or 10 takeaways. And that was big in this one tonight because, Cardington, they were battling back. They had big run after big run, but you guys bend but not break.
Yeah, and our guys do things right. We do things fundamentally correct, and that's what we want to be big on. We want to do things the right way. And when a linebacker takes a drop and sits in his zone and he's patient, Coach Teg always said, get back there, get in your drop, and sit there, and you'll be surprised that quarterback's going to throw the right ball to you. And he's exactly right. And that's what our linebackers did. They get good drops. We do a good job getting to the football. You cause fumbles by getting lots of guys to the football, and our guys run to the ball even when they're cramping up and they're bloody and they're hurting and they fight and they got no quit in them. I'm really proud of these boys.
Even before the loss of Max Lauer, you graduated a lot of players from last year, but you have a lot returning that got some quality time. How important was that for these kids that now are getting the quality time and are contributing to win after win for you guys?
Yeah, these are the guys that, this is a group of kids that won the KMAC last year as a JV team, and there's a lot of really good athletes there, and a lot of guys have gotten their reps in, and and gotten their experience in at the JV level, and that's what we do. You know, we're program people. We work our guys up through, and we get them the reps and get them ready to go. We coach them up, and they do a great job responding to coaching. You know, we had to make some adjustments at halftime, and that's not easy to do for a young team, and you get a little bit worried about, are we doing too much? And they picked it up great. They did a great job executing it.
Danville handled Fredericktown tonight. You guys face them next week. Another one of those. You know, it seems like it's a tournament already once you get into the KMAC schedule, because if you want to win that championship, you're gonna probably have to go undefeated in this schedule. But you got one win down, move on to the next round. What are you expecting from a veteran Danville squad? What will you need to do to battle with them here on this turf and possibly come out with a win?
This is going to be a physical football game. Danville's very physical. You see them on film, and they do things very well too. And it's going to be another battle, and it's going to be a physical one because they're going to do a lot of hitting.
So our WBCO, WQEL crew, you know, one of the first times seeing you guys. I know some of the main names, but maybe some of those guys inside the trenches that you want to give a shout out for tonight that really helped contribute to this win?
Yeah, well, you know, Dylan Britt, we lost early, had to play both ways, and hurt himself a little bit, and we lost him, and then we're in trouble. A.J. Benarth, who hasn't played a whole lot of defense this year, has to move in and play almost all night at defensive tackle, and then he comes in and plays tight end, and he plays himself until he's cramped up in both legs. He can't play anymore. Ryan Lowry, defensive lineman, starting defensive lineman for us as a sophomore, had to play on the offensive line this week because we lost our starting tackle. And he played both ways tonight, all night long as a sophomore, and did a great job. Paul Kramer, my goodness, that kid is something else, man. I tell you, he played his butt off tonight. You know, we know what Paul can do defensively, and we had an idea what he could do offensively, but he carried the load there in the first half and moved the chains for us, and it was nice getting him and Caleb back here together with the 1-2 punch. That's really good. You know, Charles Naylor did his thing all night like he does every night. Vance Johnson, a sophomore, who's been a great JV player for us this year, gets some varsity experience and gets in there on that D-line for us tonight. I'm sure Vance wasn't expecting to be in a football game in meaningful time tonight, and he was, and he did a great job and held his own. I tell you, I could go on and on and on about these guys. So many guys had to step up tonight. So many guys had to step up tonight and contribute, and they did. I'm proud
Absolutely. So one of the few undefeated teams in my Country Roads rankings stay undefeated. We'll see how Crawford does. I think Crestview won, Cary as well. But, you know, what? Give me your plea to be in the top 3 in these Country Roads rankings. You have a chance right now to try to get with the committee right here.
Those football teams that are above us are really good quality football teams, and to put us in the category with those guys, to even compare us to those teams, is quite a compliment to us. So there's nothing that I can say to tell you that we're better than those football teams.
Okay, I like that. I like that answer, Coach. Well, enough here. I'm going to let you go. Go celebrate, look at game film, see how your players are doing. But congratulations, and we will see you right back here next week, Coach.
Thank you, Travis.
Thank you. That is head coach Scott Armros of the victorious, now 4-0, Northmor Golden Knights. They win it tonight, 27-13. They will take on Danville right here, live and free, next Friday night. Myself, Andy Jardy, will be on the call. Cardington, they will look to bounce back. They're 1-3 now. They will take on an East Knox squad that I believe is 1-3 as well. For the WBCO, WQEL folks, phone board probably starting right now with Davy Jones, and then once that's done, please tune back in to our main Facebook and YouTube pages for the Friday Night Pigskin. We have 8 highlights tonight from 6 of our live streams, 2 highlighted games, scores from all around the area, and much, much more. So tune in 11:30 tonight. But that will wrap things up from here. Want to thank our WBCO crew, Tim Bear, Jared Moore. Want to thank Desmond Lawrence, our cameraman, Adam Thompson, Brian Skoronski, Jory Hollenbeck, Storm Blunchley, Garrett Parlett for everything they do from the OH Report, BS Media Productions. Want to also thank our sponsors this evening. Morrow County Hospital, our pre-half post-game sponsor. First Federal Community Bank, our scoreboard sponsor. Park National Bank, player of the game sponsor. Once again, Morrow County Hospital, our instant replay sponsor. And then North Central State College, Morrow County Hospital for the commercials. We want to thank Blade Tackett and the athletic department here at Northmor High School for allowing us to be here to bring this to you live and free tonight. But that'll wrap it up. We'll see you in a little bit for the Pigskin in about, well, let's see, an hour and a half. But for now, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight live and free. I'm Travis Berardi saying so long from North Bloomfield Township.